Sir, di naman kami papalag, sir eh. Huwag niyo kami sasaktan, sir.
Sir, ito yung mga hold up sa akin.
Ate.
Aman, sir. Hindi niyo po
Ate,
yan.
sorry na po. Sorry na po.
Kayo na-aresto namin sa alang pag-hold up. Kayo may karapatang manahimik at magpasawalang kibo. Ano man ang sabihin ninyo, maaaring gamitin pabor o laban sa inyo. Kahit saan yung hukuman. Kayo ay may karapatang kumuha ng sariling tagapagtanggol na inyo napili. Kung kayo walang kakayahan, ito'y pagkakalob sa inyo ng pamahalaan. Naunawaan ba niyo ito?
Oo, sir.
Ano sir, dali na ba natin ito sa pinakamalapit na ospital para ma-medical?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tara.
Nang mahuli sa akto ng panghuhold up ng dalawang pulis na sina Corporal Jerome Santos at Corporal Nick Anthony Maestre, agad nilang dinala ang mga ito sa pinakamalapit na pampublikong hospital kasama ang biktima na si Raydelyn Olandes upang ipamedical. At pagkatapos maipamedical ang mga suspect at biktima, dinala ang mga ito sa presinto upang makuhaan ng statement at masagawa ang inquest proceeding.
Sir, kasi naman yung sir, eh? Ayos ba yan? Ayos yan ha, ano? Malalong na ba pwet nyo? Sige pa ba yan? Sige pa ba yan? Ha? Ano? Gabe, boyo, ano? Ano yung gagawin dito? Wala na. Nangasin yung mga boss.
Sabi na yung komisyon, sir.
Komisay, text lang tayo.
Nakakulong ng KM yata.
Isang balot mo ng Kevin dito ginawa nito. Marami mga to, mga mananakot eh. Ano? Ready na ba kayo?
Tigas na ba yan?
Bilera to Pable, sasalang na sa Inquest. Basta na daw, pre! Basta, inyo, ako ulit nyo, ha? Sir, makakas pa, sir, oh! Babalik daw, sir, oh!
Makakas oh. Makakas ka dyan. Bukas sa akin ulit pwes kung pagbalik ko dito.
So, magandang araw sa iyo. Ako ang desk officer. So, I'm Charles Araza. Ikaw ang complainant, tama?
Opo.
So, pwede ko ba makuha ang iyong pangalan?
Opo, si Raydelyn Olandes.
Ilang taon ka na?
23.
Saan ka nakatira?
Sa Santo Niño, Marikina po.
Pwede mo ba ilahad sa akin kung ano nangyari?
Opo. Habang naglalakad po ako pa uwi, may napansin akong dalawang lalaki sumusunod sa akin. Paglingon ko, bigla silang nawala at laking gulat ko pagharap ko, inaagaw na nila sa akin ang aking mga gamit. At sa kanila ako tinutukan ng baril.
Anong oras nangyari ang insidenteng ito?
Bandang 3:00 po ng hapon.
May nakakita ba sa iyong witness?
Opo, meron po isang lalaki at siya rin ang tumulong sa akin at siya rin ang tumawag ng pulis para mahuli yung dalawang holdupper.
Okay, pwede natin ipatawag ang witness na ito para makuhanan natin ng statement.
Okay.
So, ikaw ang witness sa nangyari kay Miss Olandes, tama?
Yes po.
So, pwede ko malaman yung pangalan mo?
Ako po si John Lester Liantino.
Ilang taon ka na?
23.
Saan ka nakatira?
Sa Kaintarizal po.
Bakit ka nandoon nung pangyayaring yun?
Pauwi na po ako nun, ma'am, galing po sa trabaho.
Pwede mo ba ilahad sa akin kung ano ang iyong nakita?
Yes po, ma'am. Kitang-kita ko po nun si Ma'am Olandes na tinutukan po ng baril ng dalawang lalaki po, ma'am. Tapos, nung pagkaalis po nung mga holdupper po, ma'am, agad ko pong nilapitan si Ma'am Olandes para tulungan. Tapos po, nanghingi po ako ng tulong din po sa mga pulis para mahuli po yung mga suspect po.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa iyong kooperasyon.
Yes po, thank you.
Kaya natapos na natin hingian ng salaysay ang complainant at witness. Tayo ay dadako na sa inquest proceedings.
Okay, magandang hapon. Ako si Atty. Babaw Julius Manalo. So bago tayo magsimula, ipapaliwanag ko muna sa inyo kung ano ang pinagkaiba ng inquest at ng PI or ng preliminary investigation. Kasi kailangan nyo pumili sa dalawa. Naintindihan nyo ba?
Opo, sir.
Okay, sa inquest, magbibigay ng decision si prosecutor at siya yun. Titingnan niya kung may konting posibilidad na ginawa niyo nga yung krimen o yung kasong isinampalaban sa inyong dalawa, which is hold up robbery. At ang magiging basihan ni prosecutor ay itong mga dokumentong hawak ko. Okay?
Opo.
Kapag nakita ni prosecutor na may posibilidad na ginawa niyo nga yung krimen o yung kasong isinampalaban sa inyong dalawa, aakyat ang kaso sa korte at doon bibigyan kayo ng sarili ninyong abogado. At kapag nakita naman ni prosecutor na walang posibilidad na ginawa niyo nga yung krimen o yung kasong isinampalaban sa inyong dalawa, makakalaya ka agad kayo. Yun ang inquest. Naintindihan niyo ba?
Opo, sir.
Okay, sa PI naman tayo. So sa PI, or sa preliminary investigation, mas mahaba ito kumpara sa inquest. At ang pagkakasihan din dito ni prosecutor, itong mga dokumentong hawak. Tapos bibigyan kayo ng pagkakataon na sumagot. At ang magiging sagot ninyo ay pwedeng sagutin pabalik laban sa inyo. Dito sa preliminary investigation, papipirmahin kayo sa waiver. At sa waiver na nyo, nakapaloob, napapayag kayo ng mapaloob hanggang sa magkaroon ng decision si prosecutor. At bibigyan din kayo ng pagkakataon para magsumite ng sarili ninyong ebidensya. Naintindihan niyo ba?
Opo, sir.
Kapag nakita ni prosecutor na may posibilidad pa rin na ginawa niyo yung krimen o yung kasong isinampalaban sa inyong dalawa, aakit pa rin ang kaso ninyo sa korte. At kung wala namang basihan yung kaso, makakalaya agad kayo. Yun ang preliminary investigation. Naintindihan niyo ba?
Naiintindihan po namin, sir.
So ngayon, kailangan niyo pumili sa dalawa. Ano pipiliin niyo sa dalawa? Yung mabilis, which is inquest, o yung mas mabagal, which is preliminary investigation.
Inquest na ako, sir. Opo, sir.
Sigurado na ba kayo?
Opo, sir.
May katanungan pa ba?
Wala na po, sir.
Okay.
Sir, ito na po yung mga dokumento laban sa mga suspect.
Okay, ako nga pala si Mr. Malana. Ako pala ang inquest prosecutor niyo. Kaya pala si Joel na public at Jake Doyer na sinumpahan ng Isolantes na ang Border with Robbery.
Opo, sir.
Ngayon, ang pagpapasyahan ng inquest na ito ay ang mga kapaloob sa mga dokumentong ito. Sinumpahang salaysay ng biktima at witness at mga arresting officer na nakuha ang ebidensya laban sa inyo. Ayan, gusto ko makausap yung biktima. Kayo po ba ang nagpayo ng kaso? Kina Joel na public at Jake Doyer na Border Robbery?
Opo, ako po yun, sir. Bandang alas 3 po ng hapon, naglalakad ako pa uwi, nang tutukan ako ng dalawang lalaki at agawin sa akin ang aking mga gamit. At pag-alis nila, may isang lalaki tumulong sa akin at siya na rin yung nagsumbong sa mga pulis.
So ngayon, pakinggan naman natin ang salaysay ng ating witness.
Magandang hapon po, sir. Ako po yung nakakita sa nangyari pa mga that time.
Pwede mo bang mailahat ng mga nangyari?
Opo, pauwi na po ako nun, sir, galing trabaho. Pagkatapos po, nakita ko po si ma'am na tinututuan ng baril ng dalawang lalaki. Pagkatapos po nilang holdupin si ma'am, nung nakalis na po sila, nilapitan ko po agad si ma'am. At tinanong ko po kung ano nangyari sa kanya. Yun nga po, sinabi ni hold up siya. Kaya po, inabol ko po yung mga lalaki. And then, nakakita po ako ng polis, kaya po nagsumong po ako doon.
Then okay, sige. Officer, panatilihin muna natin ang mga suspect natin sa kustodiyan nyo. Then record officer, Paikumpay upang may padakit at may akyat sa korte itong mga kasalaban sa mga suspect. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pagkatapos ma-inquest ang mga suspects, pinadakit na ng records officer ang complaint ng biktima at inakyat na ng prosecutor ang kaso sa korte kasama ng mga criminal information.
All rise. The court is now in session, proceeding judge. Almighty God, we stand in your holy presence as our supreme judge. We humbly beseech you to bless and inspire us so that what we think, say, and do will be in accordance with your will. Enlighten our minds, strengthen our spirit, and fill our hearts with fraternal love, wisdom, and understanding so that we can become effective channels of truth, justice, and peace. In our proceedings today, guide us in the path of righteousness for the fulfillments of your greater glory. Amen. Jake Belair at Joel Afable, kayo ay sinampahan ng hukuman o ng korteng ito sa kasong hold up robbery na naganap noong Martes sa Marikina River na kayo ay walang karapatan o otoridad na gawin ito.
Jake Belair at Joel Afable, inaamin niyo ba ang iyong ginawa noong Martes kay Miss Olandes? Inuulit ko, what is your plea?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
The accused pleaded not guilty, Your Honor.
Let it be on the record that the accused is plead not guilty for the violation of Article number 7659, hold up with robbery. Are you amenable with the schedule of defense counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
For pre-trial, all rise. The hearing of the calendar cases will now begin. The Honorable Judge Matt Kasim proceeding.
All the cases.
For the pre-trial conference, criminal cases number 149220, People of the Philippines versus Joel Afable and Jake Belair for hold-up and robbery, Your Honor.
Appearances.
Marian Lagrimas appearing for the people, Your Honor. Attorney Abigail Montriano appearing for the accused, read in Your Honor.
Alright, is the accused in the court?
Present, Your Honor.
How about the private complainant, Attorney Lagrimas?
Present, Your Honor.
Right. Is there a possibility of plea bargaining of the case? Is the accused willing to plea for a lesser offense then?
If the prosecutor will agree, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Lagrimas, is the private complainant amenable to the proposal of defense for a plea to a lower offense of robbery with hold up?
No, Your Honor. The prosecution is not going to accept the proposal to plea for a lower offense.
Alright then, let's proceed to the theory of prosecution.
The theory of the prosecution is as stated in the information, Your Honor.
Alright, any stipulation of the facts that the prosecutor.
We propose for stipulation the identity of the two accused to the same person charged and arraigned, Your Honor. Denied, Your Honor. We propose that the accused was in Marikina River Park near at the White Temple at around 3 in the afternoon. Denied, Your Honor. No other proposals, Your Honor. We will now proceed to the marking of our documentary exhibits.
Please proceed, prosecutor.
We ask then for the marking of the following documents, Your Honor.
Proceed.
As Exhibit A, the judicial affidavit complaint of Mates Riddlin Olandes to show and prove prior to the incident that the two accused declared hold up and drug here.
Mark it.
As Exhibit B, the investigation report by Police Corporal Jerome Santos and Corporal Nick Maestre to prove that they immediately responded upon the conviction of the crime and based on their investigation issued such report.
Mark it.
As Exhibit C, the judicial affidavit of Mr. John Lester Leontino to show and prove that the prior of the incident, Ms. Olandes, the victim in this case, and the two accused was seen by him while the accused was robbing the victim.
Mark it.
As Exhibit D is the judicial fingerprint examination result conducted by Corporal Santos. Purpose to prove that Mr. Joel Afable has his fingerprints on their caliber 45 pistol.
Please mark it.
For the trial, all rise. Department of the Superior Court is now in session. Judge Cassie proceeding. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of the people of the Philippines versus Joel Afable and Jake Villar. Are both sides ready?
Attorney Marianin Lagrimas, ready for the people, Your Honor.
Attorney Abigail Materiano, ready for the defense, Your Honor.
Will the clerk please swear in the jury?
Will the jury please stand and raise your right hand? Do each of you swear that you will fairly by the case before this court and that you will return a true verdict according to the evidence and instructions of the court, so help you God? Please say, I do.
I do.
You may be seated.
We will now hear the opening statement of prosecution.
Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen, the jury, the defendant has been charged with the crime of robbery with hold-up or using force to taking belongings of the owner. The evidence will show that the bag, cellphone, and wallet of the victims was stolen at 3 p.m. and one gun that using for robbery July 5, 2022 at the Marikina River Park. The defendant was arrested in the same day as the police officer Santos and Maestre was responded to the crime. The defendant's fingerprints were on the belongings of the owner. The evidence I present will prove to you that the defendant is guilty as charged.
How about the defense?
Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, under the law, my client is presumed innocent until proven guilty. During this trial, you will hear no real evidence against my client. You will come to know the truth that Mr. Afable and Mr. Villar was arriving to the place and my defendant was going home after their work. Therefore, my client was not guilty.
Call your victim, Attorney Lagrimas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Please state your name and age.
I am Redelin Olandes, 22 years old.
Are you the private complainant in this case?
Yes, Attorney.
Ms. Olandes, have you exhibited your judicial affidavit and complaint against the accused?
Yes, Attorney.
If it may be shown to you, can you identify it?
Yes, Attorney.
Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Is this the affidavit of complaint that you filed against the accused? Yes, attorney. Based on this judicial affidavit of complaint, you have your signature written in the complaint. But you confirm in this court this is your signature? Yes, attorney, that is my signature. Your Honor, the judicial affidavit complaint identified that the witness was marked as Exhibit A under the prosecution, Your Honor.
Mark it.
Do you have work or you're still a student?
I'm a working student and I studied at ICCT College's attorney.
Do you have someone with you when the crime happened?
Mag-isa lang po ako at pauwi na ako nung galing sa trabaho ng mga oras na yun. Kausap ko pa po ang aking ina ng mga bago nangyari ang hold-upan. At nung nakaalis na yung mga hold-upper, may isang lalaki na lumapit sa akin at siyang tumulong para humingi ng tulong sa kapulisan.
Okay, I see. Can you state the name of witness and the arresting officer?
Ito po ay si Mr. John Lester Lantino at Corporal Nick Anthony Maestre at Corporal Jerome Santos.
No other further questions, Your Honor.
Defense, would you like to cross?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin.
Ang sabi mo, ikaw at isang call center agent, tama ba?
Opo.
Maaari ko pang malaman kung anong oras ang tulog mo? 2 a.m. until 11 a.m. po. Kung ganun ba, bakit sabi mo ikaw ay pauwi na galing trabaho ng alas 3 ng hapon, eh alas 11 pa pala ng mga ang off-duty mo? Sa mga oras na yun, lumato po ako sa bahay ng kaibigan ko. Eh, kahit wala kang nabanggit sa kwento mo, bago nangyari ang sinasabi mo.
Objection, Your Honor. The question is not included in the direct examination.
Objection overruled.
Nakalimutan ko po, dala ng pagod sa trabaho at sa pangyayari. Di kaya ikala lang tinangkap mo sa trabaho, kaya ka nag-assume na hinabutap kanina, Joel Afable at Jake Pero nung nakasabay sila sa paglalakad, hindi po, alam ko po na hinota po nila ako. I have no further question, Your Honor.
Okay, prosecution. You like indirect?
No, Your Honor. We call in our second witness, Your Honor.
Yes, we're the witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
You may be seated.
Please state your name, age, and other personal circumstances.
My name is John Lester Lantino, 24 years old, resident of Cayetano Rizal, call center agent.
The witness's testimony will prove that all other matters which is relevant to this case. Mr. Witness, have you exhibited your judicial affidavit on this case?
Opo, attorney.
It may be shown to you. Will you able to identify it?
Yes, attorney.
Your Honor, can I approach the witness?
You may proceed.
Mr. Witness, is this the same with the judicial affidavit and that you gave regarding on the case?
Yes, attorney.
And on the second page of this judicial affidavit, can you see a signature to justify that is from you? Can you confirm in this court?
Yes, attorney, may signature.
Your Honor, the judicial affidavit identified by the witness was marked as Exhibit C under the prosecution, Your Honor.
Mark it.
Mr. Witness, what company do you work?
I work for Concentrix Call Center Agency in Marikina City Branch, attorney.
How long are you working in Concentrix?
I've been working there for 7 months, attorney.
Can you tell us what were you doing in the Marikina River Park at early 3 in the afternoon?
I was there because I was on my way to go to work, attorney.
You stated in your judicial affidavit that you see and witnessed with your own eyes that Miss Olandes was robbed by the accused. Am I right?
Yes, attorney.
Are you with someone when you witnessed the incident?
No, attorney.
Can you please tell us what you saw during the incident?
Mga bandang alas 3 po ng hapon, nakita ko po si Ma'am Olandes na no-hold up po siya dun sa Marikina. Bigla ko po siyang nilapitan at tumawag po ako ng pulis. Tempo po na may pulis po akong nakita na nagpapatrol. Kaya yun po.
Okay. Nandito ba sa hukumang ito ang hold-upper na binabanggit mo?
Opo, attorney.
Sinungaling.
Order in the court.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Are you ready to cross defense?
No cross, Your Honor.
Do you have any other witnesses, prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
We call on our third witness.
Swear in the witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated. Please state your name, age, and personal circumstances.
Good morning, I'm Police Corporal Nick Anthony Maestre, 27 years old, from Barangay Kupang, Antipolo City.
The witnesses' testimony will prove that the police officers caught in the act the accused committing hold-up robbery against the complainant using a caliber .45 pistol, then arresting the accused. Corporal Maestre, did you submit your judicial arresting report about this case?
Yes, attorney.
If it may be shown to you, can you confirm it into this court?
Yes, attorney.
Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Is this the same judicial arresting report that you submitted?
Yes, attorney. It is the same.
Your Honor, the judicial arresting report identified by the witness was marked as Exhibit B under the prosecution, Your Honor.
Part A.
Corporal Nick Maestre, where were you at 3 in the afternoon?
I was on duty with Corporal Santos, patrolling around the Marikina River Park, attorney.
According to John Lester Leontino, he shouted to you that the two accused robbed Miss Olandes. Is it true?
Yes, attorney. That is true.
Can you please tell about the arresting you have made?
Yes, attorney. We heard that a man was asking for help because someone was robbed him, and then we responded immediately. Then when we arrived at the crime scenes, the one suspect was withdrawn a 45 caliber pistol, but we successfully apprehended them.
We will now call in our last witness, Your Honor.
Proceed. Swear in the witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the truth testimony you shall give in the case before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated. Please state your name, age, and personal circumstances.
Good morning, I'm Police Corporal Jerome Santos, 26 years old, resident of Barangay San Roque, Marikina City.
Your Honor, The witness will testify to corroborate to the testimony of Police Corporal Nick Maestre that they caught in the act the accused committing the crime and will prove that Mr. Joel Afable has the position of the caliber 45 pistol in his hands when they arrested the accused. Mr. Witness, where were you on July 5 at 3 in the afternoon?
I was with my co-patroller, Corporal Maestre Attorney.
Did something happen on the day?
Yes, Attorney. We arrest Mr. Jake Beller and Joel Afable for committing hold-up robbery using a caliber 45 pistol, Attorney.
Sir Santos, according to you, the accused used the caliber 45 to threaten and rob the victim, Ms. Olandes. Is it true?
Yes, Attorney.
After the arresting, what did you do the gun and the evidences you recovered in the crime scene?
We brought them on the laboratory for fingerprint examination, Attorney.
Does the fingerprints on the object evidence match with the fingerprint of one of the accused?
Yes, Attorney. It matched with the fingerprint for Mr. Joel Afable for fingerprint of the...
Did you submit the judicial... After arresting, what did you do the gun and the evidences you recovered in the crime scene?
We brought them on the laboratory for fingerprint examination, Attorney.
Does the fingerprints on the object evidence match with the fingerprint of one of the accused?
Yes, Attorney. It matched with the fingerprint of Mr. Joel Afable.
Did you submitted the judicial fingerprint examination result on this case?
Yes, Attorney.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Proceed.
Is this the fingerprint examination result you submitted?
Yes, Attorney.
Your Honor, the judicial fingerprint examination result identified by the witness marked as Exhibit D and the caliber 45 pistol as Exhibit E under the prosecution.
Part 8.
No questions, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are now resting the case for the prosecution. No more questions, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are now resting the case for the prosecution.
How do you intend to the formal offer?
We can now orally offer our evidence, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Exhibit A is the judicial affidavit complaint of the victim or complainant to prove that the accused really robbed the victim and filed a complaint against them. Exhibit B is the judicial investigation report of the arresting officers to prove that they caught in the act the incident of hold-up robbery committed by the accused. Exhibit C is the judicial affidavit of the witness, John Lester Liantino, to prove that there was a private person witnessed the crime. Exhibit D is the judicial fingerprint examination result conducted by Corporal Santos to prove that Mr. Joel Afable has his fingerprints on the caliber 45 pistol.
Any question?
We admit their existence and authenticity, Your Honor.
Acting on the formal offer of exhibits of the prosecutor and comments thereon by the house, the court resolves to admit all the exhibit offered by the prosecution specified in the offer.
For that defense, we present our first witness, Your Honor.
Swearing the witness.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this court?
Opo, ma'am.
Please be seated. Please tell me your name, age, and other personal circumstances.
Ako po si Joel Apable, 22 years old, residente ng Barangay San Roque, Marikina City.
The witness, Your Honor, Mr. Afable, is presented to controvert the allegation of the complainant, Ms. Olantes, that he and his cousin, Jake Peller, robbed her, and to testify that the evidence against them were planted.
Proceed.
Do you know the complainant?
Hindi po, attorney.
Where were you at nearly 3 in the afternoon of July 5?
Nandun po ako sa Marikina River, attorney.
Do you have someone with you at that time?
Kasama ko po ang aking pinsan na si Jake Pilar, attorney.
Do you mean Mr. Jake Peller?
Yes, attorney.
Can you please tell us what you two doing at that time and what really happened?
Napadaan lang po kami yun sa Marikina River Park nang may narinig kami ino-hold up. Then, agad-agad kaming umalis. Tapos, nagulat na lang kami, tinutukan kami ng pulis, ng baril. Tapos, sinagyan kami ng mga ebidensya sa bulsa namin.
Do you know someone that might set you up?
Wala po akong alam na pwedeng mag-set up sa amin, attorney. Kapag kamanan lang po kami nilang hold up, attorney.
That will be all, Your Honor.
Ready for cross, Attorney Lagrimas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, you said that you were just passing by at the Marikina River Park at that time, did you?
Opo, attorney.
Do you have work or some place that you should go at that time?
Wala po kaming trabaho, attorney. Andun lang po talaga kami sa River Park.
So are you saying that it was just coincidence that you and Mr. Jake Pilar was present in the crime scene?
Objection, Your Honor.
Why do you object?
Question is irrelevant, Your Honor.
Objection overruled. Mr. Witness, you may answer.
Opo, it may be.
Ready to cross, Attorney Lagrimas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, you said that you were going to work at that time, did you?
Yes, attorney.
May I ask, where do you work?
Nagtatrabaho po ako sa public market, attorney.
Then you are saying that Mr. Joel Afable is lying about his testimony that the two of you was just passing by on Marikina River Park and have nowhere to go.
No, attorney. I might have wrongly remembered what we were doing at the time.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Do you want to redirect, Attorney Matriano?
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are now resting the case for the prosecution.
How do you intend to your formal offer?
We can now orally offer our evidence, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Exhibit 1. The alleged caliber 45 pistol that was used in the crime to prove that it was contaminated and not safe. Exhibit 2. The alleged judicial fingerprint examination result to prove that Corporal Santos is not authorized to examine the alleged evidence against the accused, so it must be forget. Exhibit 3. The alleged judicial affidavit of the witness, John Lester Lantino, to prove that he was really not in the time of the incident, but arriving only after it. So it was just a mistaken identity of him, telling that he saw the accused committed the crime.
Any committed comment, prosecution?
We admit their existence but not their purposes, Your Honor.
Acting on the formal offer, exhibits of the defense and comment thereon by the prosecution. The court resolves to admit all the exhibit offered by the defense counsel specified in the offer. Any rebuttal evidence, Fiscal?
No rebuttal, Your Honor.
Considering that the public prosecutor will not present rebuttal evidence, the court give the parties 30 days for today within weeks of the file respective memoranda. The case shall be deemed submitted to decision after the lapse of said period, even without the said memorandum.
All rise. The court is now in session. Will the accused please stand?
We now read the verdict.
Wherefore, in view of foregoing, the court finds accused Joel Afable and Jake Beller guilty beyond reasonable doubt of violating Article 294 of Republic Act Numbers 7659, otherwise known as robbery with violence against or intimidation of persons, and is hereby sentenced to suffer an indeterminate penalty of 6 years and 1 day to 12 years.
So, ordered. Session adjourned.